Hi guys, how's it going? Sorry it's been a couple of days. It gets a little bit hectic when you're trying to get a new member of your family comfortable in your house. That and work is always a fun thing to work around. But we're gonna probably do a couple of videos today. I am ready to start adding some of the spots on here, which if you've ever looked up a leopard frog, they seem to have a couple of really nice and even spots, and then the rest just kind of seem to go all over the place. So we're gonna have some fun with him and see what we can do to make him look just that little bit more like a leopard frog. And all of the different pictures I looked at seem to have these two spots right on the back of the head. They did also have one on the nose, but I think I'm going to skip that one because I think he would look a little odd with a spot right there. Now I am doing these spots even though I'm still thinking about putting the hat on him, just because, you know, you want options. It's never a bad idea to have a few different little options. I am going to grab my phone so I can look at my inspiration picture, which, let's see, can I get this to where you can actually see? That's kind of what we're going with to get ideas from him. I don't know how well that showed up, but we're gonna try it. So if you see me pulling out my phone today, that's why. I'm just getting some kind of ideas of where to stick some of these pictures or some of these dots on. Actually, let's brighten things up just a little bit extra. If you're ever trying to fix your lighting situation, I have to say, these wonderful little things really just are super handy. They're battery operated stick-up lights, believe it or not. All I have to do is click a button and it just brightens my lights up a little tiny bit. Which, when you're working in a room that doesn't actually have its own lighting, everything I've kind of had to add has been in place of one bulb on the back of the room, which doesn't do me a lot of good considering I'm not working in that part of the room, but that's okay. So we actually only want to keep a very small few of the dots perfect for now, which is a little easier said than done when you tend to like things nice and symmetrical. And of course we're going to be shading and stuff on over top of these guys, so it'll add a little bit more depth to him and make him look a little bit more natural. I can give him one right here. And this part is actually a lot of fun. We can just kind of play and throw some random dots in here, there, and everywhere. I think we're going to make this one a little bit longer, just so he's not so perfectly symmetrical on the back of his head. And some of them seem to have some longer spotting here and there, and it does go over their other markings. And then there's more colors that show up around the dots quite a bit. But he's starting to get an interesting look to him. Let's give him a nice long section here. Didn't mean to do that one, but that's all right. We can work with that. should never ever focus on being absolutely perfect all of the time. Not only will you drive yourself nuts, but you'll actually make yourself really, really kind of boring. Perfect is not exciting. My favorite goal is find things that make yourself happy and then see if you can find ways to make those things make the people around you happy. I'm having a nice long kind of stripy spot there. And he's looking a little bonkers at the moment, but like I said, as we add shadowing and shading in, it'll even him out quite a bit. Let's give him kind of an interesting little spot there. Maybe one just right here. That way, we do want the spots to come around to the front at least a little bit. Let's give him... We don't want to turn you too far there, do we? It's just kind of fun playing around and seeing where he looks best with things. And if I absolutely hate one, I can always go back and wipe it off because I'm using a very light mix of paint. But it's hard to really dislike something that's not a super planned process to begin with. I love the fact that these frogs look absolutely absurd. Like, they do not look natural, and it's so much fun to me that is... And that's something that seems to be true of frogs in general. They are just such cool little animals. Let's give him a little... We don't want to forget his sides. Let's give him one down here. What do we think? I think he's actually starting to take shape really, really nicely. And I do apologize if that barking does come up through my speakers. My neighbor's dogs are apparently throwing a fit about something. Very possibly the male running. Unfortunately, my dog is at the vet, which is why he is so quiet. One part of adopting from any kind of humane society is they are required, generally speaking, to be fixed. So he's getting that taken care of and getting his shots up to date because we like our pets to be healthy around here. We have decided where right now, technically until his appointment is done today, we're fostering him and couldn't change his name. We are going to change his name to Loki once we're officially his owners. He just very simply will not even respond a tiny little bit to the name Gallo, which I can't say is a blame him. It's kind of a odd and borderline morbid thing to name a dog. But he has been a phenomenal fit with our family. He's such a sweet pup. Let me know in the comments if you want some more pictures and videos of him to pop up. And my other pets as well, because we know I have quite a few. if you guys want, maybe I'll do a whole video one day of just going through doing a meet the pets. I think, I think this leg needs a little bit more attention. It was just looking a little bland. Maybe do one right here. Let's see. Give him a little bit up by the face there. Maybe one here on his cheek. It's hard to believe this is the same frog we've been working with, isn't it? And I think he is definitely going to stay living with me. And it's hard not to put your heart and soul into it when you take something so far back from the brink. Most people would have thrown this guy away. But I could not do that. I think I am going to give him just a little bit here. Just so that he's not completely without it. It's always hard to figure out when to draw the line. What is enough? The fun thing is it really just depends on the type of look you want your project to have. You should never go by somebody else's idea of what something should look like. But what do we think so far, guys? I think I am going to stop here, and I will come back through in a few minutes after this has had time to dry, and we'll start adding some of the shading, and before long we'll be fixing the fact that he, needs eyes still. But until next time, I will see you guys later.